AI once made you seem like a genius, but now it makes you seem like a lazy fucker. Welcome to Simplified Sparky Marketing. In the last few weeks, I have received a number of AI generated leads coming into the business, and leads were genuine, but they were just sent off what I would deem lazy people that are outsourcing their brain. And the first one was for a TV wall mount, and it was just blatantly obvious that it was AI'd fully. Like the full description was very similar to this one I'm about to read out. And just this week, I had another one come in, and it was for a simple exhaust fan install. So the inquiry came in and it read as follows. I am requesting a quote to replace the broken bathroom exhaust fan in my apartment. Checks required during installation. And now these are all bullet pointed. Ducting reconnected securely with no leaks into the ceiling space. Backdraft dampener operates freely. Duct interior inspected and cleaned. Balcony exhaust fan ventilation panel reinstalled and weather sealed to prevent moisture ingress. Who even says that? All relative electrical safety compliance requirements included. Access information. Access to the ceiling space is via the balcony exhaust fan ventilation panel. There is no internal ceiling hatch. Inspection timing. Please let me know your earliest availability for a site inspection. I can be available before 8 a.m. and after 6 p.m. on weekdays and any time on weekends. Thank you. So you can see that this is blatantly AI'd. And it wasn't only that. If I scroll down, I've got tracking software on my inquiries and it has come up source equals chatgpt.com. So it didn't take a rocket scientist to basically figure out that was an AI lead. I mean, all that lady had to say to me was, my exhaust fan's broken. Here's a picture, how much to replace it. And that would have been it. But instead, she put some jargon in there about backdrafts and stuff. I was going to play around with her and ask her, why do you reckon it's the backdraft? And just fuck with her a little bit. But I didn't. And this is the problem. This is the problem with AI. AI is killing people's brains. It's absolutely incredible what it can do between videos, pictures, text, copy, all of that. But it is absolutely killing people's brains. And every time somebody has to overthink something or think about anything, they just outsource it to AI and their brain is getting dumber and dumber and dumber. So it's a worry. It's genuinely a worry of how things are going. But it is blatantly obvious when someone does use AI. And that's what I said at the start of the podcast was it made you look like a genius initially, that you were sending these emails that were incredibly written and very intelligent, and now people can spot that a mile away, because at the start there was only a minority using AI with the last 2 years. Like AI has been around for a few years now and people are only starting to really grip onto it in the last few months, and particularly even your clients. So if your clients depends on their role or what they do at work, most companies or software companies have integrated AI one way or another into their business. And it's very obvious when you are using it, and it's very obvious to them when it's AI'd. So now when you're sending sending an email or replying to an email from a client, if you AI the response blatantly, it will be obvious, and you just look extremely lazy when you're doing that. Now, who have done a good job of this, and I'm always blowing their trumpet, but ServiceMate have done it very well in their emails. So only this year with the latest update, it has really, really improved. And I think what it's done is it's gone back and it's learned all the previous emails of how you respond and how you react. I think it's taken up your tonality and then it reflects that when you actually hit the AI button. So hats off to them again. They actually have a decent system built in where it doesn't look like that much of an AI. It depends how far you push it, that it will start looking AI'd. But at present, what I do is I generally write out the email, and then I'll highlight it, and then I'll go back and I'll just hit improve, and it will just change a few words, correct the spellings, put in the right commas, etc. And it just looks professional more than AI, if that makes sense. I'm calling this here and now. I think going forward with anything, be it your social videos, your website, stuff like that, authenticity is going to be key. Authenticity of being you, yourself, you having a personality, your business having a personality. People are going to start craving human to human feel again and human touch, because I don't know about you, but there's a lot of shit on Instagram, socials, YouTube of just absolutely AI'd garbage. At the start, it was interesting. It was entertaining. It was funny. It was like, holy shit, they can make the Queen rap. Like things like that. It's fascinating to see, but it's getting out of hand that what's real and what's not real. And I think that's going to piss people off. So the more real, organic, and true to your own self and to your business, people are going to really appreciate that. And I've called it here and now. Going forward in a few years, people are like, fuck, I'm sick of AI. It's like, it's great, but I'm so sick of these fake videos. I don't know what's real and what's not real. And people are going to appreciate talking head videos when you're doing them about your company and it's not actually you AI'd. You've heard it here first, mark my words. If you are using AI to do stuff like the copy on your website, your social posts, your G&B posts, stuff like that, it's going to be blatantly obvious. And as I said, you have to tweak and adjust the settings and feed your own personality into AI. But what I do and what I like to emphasize to guys I work with is the 10-80-10 rule, which makes 100%. So 10% is your idea, what you want to do or what you want to achieve. You feed that into AI, you let AI do the 80% of the heavy lifting and the work, and then you come back around for the remaining 10% and you tweak, adjust, and change it. The 10-80-10 rule is perfect for things like this where you want to outsource something, but what a lot of people are doing is the 5-95 rule, where they think about the idea for 5% of it, and then they outsource the 95% of it, and it just comes up with dashes, emojis, the most generic crap that you've ever seen. Take away from this podcast, and the message I want to hit home is stop relying on AI so heavily. I'm not saying don't use it. I'm saying use it. Go nuts. Use it every day. Use it for whatever you do. But you need to personalize it and you need to make it more humanistic, that it's human to human, because humans buy from humans. If you're just using AI like a lazy fucker, you're just typing something into it, not even programmed, not custom, you don't have a custom GPT, it's just going to spit out jargon, and people pick up on that. As I said, what once made you seem like a genius is now going to make it look generic and just into a sea of noise again. All the links you need are in the bottom underneath. Chat to you soon.